Today on the show, are you a jerk for not helping out with your sister's wedding? And Jax's car was stolen. Yeah, she's going to run us through that. Hey, Jax, you drive here today?
Stop it. Like, what? Don't start
For
with
anybody
that.
that doesn't know, Jax's car was stolen a couple of days ago, and it's been really hard on her. So naturally, as a good friend, I thought, we should line it up with that. This is a crazy story, and it's true.
Yeah.
So you got to run us through how your car went in for service and then it was gone.
So a couple weeks ago, we were recording the show, and I actually had to go to City Hall to get a parking permit, and I decided to walk. I was like, you know what? After the show, like, I've been sedentary. Let's go for a walk. So I went down at City Hall and back, and I came back to a note on my car that had said, "Hey, we hit your car. Like a cargo van had hit my Bronco, and the bumper. All in all, the bumper needed to be replaced. They were at fault. They left me their note." And
so they
their
were cool
information.
about it.
They were awesome about it. And I was like, because I've never been in an accident. Never been in an accident. I didn't even have my first car until I was 31. This was all new to me. So I called insurance, shout out Bel Air, everything was good. They were nice. And I was told to take it to a body shop to get the bumper replaced. They were also really nice. And I dropped it off last Wednesday, and here I go. I'm an adult. And, they said, we'll be in touch ASAP. They emailed me a couple times, kind of letting me know where they were in the process. And on Thursday, they messaged and they said, your car's done. We'll have it for you, and we'll give you a call tomorrow. And they gave me a call, and they said, hello, Miss Irwin. And I thought, okay, here I go back up to Leaside to get my Bronco. They said, we have some bad news. I thought, maybe it's running a bit late. And they said, your car was stolen.
Wow. And your response to that was?
I said, fuck off. Because I was like, I thought they were, Adam, I even looked down at my phone because my first thought was, how did Adam do this? I thought you were fucking with me.
No. You thought it was like me pranking you.
I thought it was a joke. But I think that is how
That's how unexpected this is, right?
It's processing shock.
Yeah.
And I thought, and then the guy was like, sorry, ma'am. And I was like, fuck off. And then I was like, fuck off. So they informed me that some bandits had broken into
So they broke into the shop.
They broke into the shop overnight. They had taken, because I thought at first it was hot wired, but I guess they had taken the keys to my vehicle and then went off. And they called me at 1:30. It happened at 8:45. Anyways, I guess the person was known to the police. I think he's part of a crime ring.
Okay.
And there was a cop there at the time, and he started talking. Anyway, it's Adam.
You want to hear the salt in the wound part? Jax is a Ford, just like I do, right?
Yeah.
Had a Ford. Excuse me.
Stop it.
Not a Ford. Not a member of the Ford Club anymore. But so Jax had a Bronco, and you have the Ford app.
Yeah.
And wherever you are, you can know where your car is with the Ford app.
Yep.
And so for hours afterwards,
Yep.
you knew
Where
that
my
your
car
car was
was.
stolen, and you knew where it was. But you can't go after it because that's dangerous.
Well, I wanted to, and the police said don't, and I said, well, somebody has to. But yeah, so and that was the hard thing is I know that they had to do their due diligence, but they called me 6 hours after it was stolen, which I could have been telling them where it was, and then for another 4 hours after, I was like, hello, feeding the police information.
Yeah, give them the heads up.
They had asked, they're like, oh, you have the Ford app, and I was like, yep, I can tell you it's at Popeyes off of Keel right now. And they're like, oh, that's a different district. So we'll get in touch with someone to get that. And so, yeah, for another 4 hours, because I knew that the bandits were going to cut. Of course, they would cut the GPS.
They cut the connected.
I was surprised that they hadn't already, but I could see it. It went to McDonald's. I have screenshots of it all. Went to McDonald's. I think it went to some sort of pickleball club or was parked near and around it.
Well, sometimes you want to get a game in midday, right?
Went to church too.
Oh, it
the
did?
Bronco went to church.
So
the bandits went to church.
That's
yeah.
nice.
And then it went offline. But I was telling the police all afternoon, hey guys, here it is. And they were like, all right. Yeah. they didn't do anything. So I've been told that they're working on it, but they said that the vehicle has gone underground, which means into the crime depths.
Yeah, she gone. Because that's the thing. My mom had
she had her stolen.
She had that happen too. And what happens is they've got a ship ready to go and the container's ready to go. And so like it's gone within, they say, usually within 12 to 18 hours, it's on a boat. And that's how they can get away with it. And that's why I think police can't, like, it's hard for the police to go after that because there's so many happening at the same time. And it happens so quickly that I think sometimes they feel like they're chasing their tails. Now, in your case, you obviously had the Connected app, but you know, it's so fascinating because your car was the only one taken.
Yep.
It wasn't like they hit it and all the cars were gone.
No.
And there were like Mercedes in the parking lot.
Yeah, they said that the guys at the auto body shop said that there were like higher end cars. Cause like I had a Bronco, which, you know, I waited a while for, and it was like a beautiful car, but it was like it was baseline. Like it was like no frills. Like it was a pretty basic vehicle. And there were way nicer cars that they could have taken.
But I'll tell you why they wanted yours.
They took Brenda.
Yeah, they took Brenda the Bronco.
Yeah.
And the reason I think is that, like, you know, one thing that's
because
really,
I'm
really
gay.
in.
Yeah.
Definitely because you're gay.
Yeah.
But apparently, a lot of these cars get shipped to the Middle East where they get sold for very, very high prices. And there are Ford F-150s, which is what I drive.
Yeah.
Tons and tons of those. Range Rovers get stolen like mad. And it's all over. It's not just Toronto. It's like every major city. There are the same cars being taken because there's such limited supply given to some of those regions. And there's so much money in those regions that they almost just can't not do it. The money in the game is so big, I guess. And so, you know, one of the things that they always tell you to do, like with your car, is like that you're not supposed to hang your keys at the front door. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, so all the guy has to do is crowbar your door open, grab the keys and go.
Yeah.
Like it's super easy. Although, to be honest with you, if somebody really wants to get into my house and steal my car, I would rather my keys be at the front door.
Absolutely.
Take two steps in, get the keys, see you later, bye-bye.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nuts. And so your car was very, very, like, as much as you say it's, you know, no frills or whatever, Jack's had a really nice black on black Bronco. It's very cool. Like you could pop the top off of it. You could take the doors off it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like that car is sort of perfect for where they're shipping this, and they're cool and fun and edgy. And so to be honest with you, you have great style. So I could see why somebody would want it. And no, like seriously, it was a cool truck.
But I waited for it. I you know what though? That truck helped me get through my divorce, and maybe it'll help somebody else get through their divorce too. Maybe somebody in the desert is going through a divorce and they need freedom.
Brenda said she's healed now.
Yeah.
I must move on.
I must go. Actually, maybe
she's Mary Poppins for Broncos.
And that's like, all jokes aside, like I'm in a 12-step recovery program, and we're all about like surrender and like releasing grip of control. And like, I do have to set Brenda free. And I know that. Mm-hmm. But first I have to keep going to the police station.
Yes.
And try to tell them what I need them to do. But everything happens for a reason, even car theft.
Sure. Listen, it opens you up to getting something else.
Well, that's the thing. And like, I do love the Bronco. It is a lot of fun. It is not ideal for the city. Mm-hmm. It is, I do like it. I don't have anyone except for a 6-pound dog. So it's a lot of vehicle for me. So it was a lease. So I was like, maybe when my lease is over, I'll get something different, like maybe something smaller, maybe. So this does kind of expedite that. Yeah. And I'm looking at different options, and I do a lot of work with GM too. So like maybe I'll be zipping around in something with them.
Maybe you'll get one of those EV Hummers you've been talking about in your GM ads.
They're pretty cool. Those are so fast.
They're
too fast.
So
too fast. I don't know if I can handle the power.
Well, any battery car is going to be faster than a gas car.
We did one commercial with the Hummer, and I screamed in it, and that was real. And we only did one take because I don't think I could have done another. Like it was terrifying how quick it goes. It's cool, but yeah. For right now, you'll see me walking.
I don't know if you guys have seen this on the streets of Toronto. Like, and the worst thing to happen here, by the way, is that like this gets clipped. It goes to like some small town in Canada. They're like, see, this is why the Liberals can't win. Like, you know what I mean? Like they always make it a political thing. But what some people are doing at the end of their driveways, if they've got one of those cars on the most stolen list. And by the way, it isn't just luxury cars. Honda Civics are among the most stolen cars out there. Like it's not like all high end or whatever, and nothing against the Bronco. It's a great car and higher end, but it's not like, you're not talking about a $250,000 car here.
It's not a luxury vehicle. It's not. No, it's not. Yeah.
It's an everyday vehicle.
Yeah.
And so what people are doing is they're putting these big steel beams in their driveway. And when you park your car at night, you go around to the back, and there's a key that you have, and you bring it up and you put it to the side, and then you lock it. So it's locked, and it's like a big pull. So they can't pull the car out. Even if they got your tickets, it can't go. Now you don't have a driveway.
I do like. I thought if my car is going to get jacked, it's going to be on my street.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same,
yeah, like
right?
in downtown Toronto. Like I was like, if it's gone from there. And there have been car thefts around here.
I'm not
All
surprised
the
by
time.
that.
Somebody broke into my car last year and took my glasses. Like I was okay with that because I park on the street. Like I'm begging for it, but it was stolen. It was stolen from the auto shop.
Somebody smashed the back window of my F-150 year and a half ago.
Oh yeah.
And I had to put like a little tracking device in it. So I have double tracking. I've got the forward tracking and then I've got another tracking device that brings your insurance down. Which is super cool. And but it's like one of the other things they'll try to do, and this is kind of crazy, is they'll like hang out in parking lots. And when people they'll do this with credit cards and they'll do this with keys. When you go to unlock your car, in some cases, they've got a scanner where they are, and they're able to scan the frequency it's on. Yeah. And then if they were to locate your vehicle, follow you home, whatever it is, like they're not interested in you. I know that's kind of scary that somebody might follow you home, but if they've got that frequency, sometimes they're able to just, if you got a push button start the car and mimic that frequency. And they can do the same with credit cards, which is why a lot of people are doing those wallets that can block the signal. Like those, I don't know if you've seen those. They're a pain in the butt and they scratch your phone up, but they're called Ridge wallets and they're like made of carbon fiber. Yeah.
So listen, somebody hacked my credit card twice last year. Somebody stole my car.
When that happens.
I'm on a roll. And the worst part is if somebody came up to me and they said, "Can I have your Bronco?" I probably would have been like, yeah, okay, sure. Let's talk about this. Yeah. I would have been like, maybe. Yeah. But like now they took it and now I'm mad. I think I need to move to the country. I think this is saying to me, my little friend, it's time to go into the woods. It's time to go into the woods.
I like that.
I'll probably get robbed in the woods though at this rate.
No, probably less likely out there. Less likely.
Here I am, no car.
But you know what? You're handling it beautifully. I do have to give you, right, Steph? She's doing well.
You guys found me crying on my front step before we recorded this. So like if we want to be honest.
I would have done the same thing.
You got to let it out. It's good. I think the thing is that like whenever, I don't know if you've ever had a place, my mom and I had a condo while she was building a house back when I was like 18. And it was funny because I came home one day and the door was sort of ajar and I was like, Mom? And then I realized that the door had sort of been cracked in half and then opened. And I thought that was weird. And then I went through the house and like I had a guitar and it was thrown open on the bed and my mom's jewelry was all taken and whatever. And it was like, so it was just a sort of a hit and run. Yeah. And what was interesting is we were like, why was the door cracked that way? So they took a crowbar and obviously opened it. But the condo that we were living in, which was a nice condo, had a door that was really just a fire retardant door. Okay. But it wasn't like anti-theft or anything like that. So there is a feeling a little bit like I guess I'm a little bit weird. Some people are like, oh, I wouldn't be able to live in a place that somebody robbed me. I was like, I didn't really give it too much thought. I was like, well, they took some of my money, but like whatever. Yeah. But I do think it can be at the beginning very upsetting because you just feel a little bit
I felt like
unsafe.
rocked. I felt like violated. And it's like the same thing that happened with my credit card. Like it's just like I just feel it's spooky. Like I feel like somebody's taking advantage of me. I feel like someone is like.
You feel targeted.
I feel targeted. Yeah. I felt, I just was also like I worked my ass off for this was my first like big girl. Like I
your first new car.
That was my first new car. I budgeted specifically for it. I had gotten it with my ex and I was like, if I'm going to keep this, I'm going to have to, allot my money like this. And I was like, it was almost like my sobriety gift to myself too of like, staying sober. And it was just like, oh, for God, so it just felt like the wind was out of my sails a little bit. And I had just gotten, because I have a subscription, those Drift air fresheners that
what are those?
Oh my God, they're these like, TikTok influenced me on these like little air fresheners. They're like wooden, all natural air fresheners. Okay. And they smell like Christmas because I like air fresheners, but I don't like air fresheners because they're too invasive. Yeah. And I just cracked my month's supply of my Pine air freshener in there, which smells like Christmas. And they took it. And that's when they asked me if I had anything in the car of value. I had some cables now looking back, but I was like, I had my glasses and my moisturizer. And they're like, okay. And then I was like, and my air freshener. They're like, okay, ma'am. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, but it's like somebody's inside of Brenda.
Well, Brenda's going to go live in the sand dunes now.
I do hope, and you're going to say this is woo-woo, I hope that whoever gets it needed it more than I did. But I highly doubt that.
I thought you were going to be like, I hope whoever gets it chokes on it. Because, you could say that too and everybody would understand.
I hope, you know what? I hope that if it's on a boat going elsewhere, I hope that it tips. And that nobody is hurt, nobody dies, but they all learn their lesson in deep water.
Wow. Okay. All right. Just a slight tip.
How about this? Fuck you. Okay,
better.
Works. Okay, yeah.
That works too. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Now listen, I think you could be buoyed by the fact that that as we mentioned last week, Nick Jonas now follows you. And we've waited a week.
Really, the ups and the downs of my life.
Yeah. And we've solicited suggestions on what should Jax do with this? And I think most people kind of didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
But we got to make a call here because we got to message Nick Jonas and see if Nick Jonas is actually going to get back to us. So
I don't know if I can handle another loss, guys. If my car gets stolen, then Nick Jonas leaves me on red, I don't know if I'm going to be okay.
Really?
Well, that's cruising for some depression.
I mean, I think with Nick, this is like a Hail Mary anyway.
Yeah.
Like we're not expecting a.
He already followed. Like that is enough for me. True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
But if we are going to drop a DM to him, which I think we should, what we got to come to a conclusion here. Like I think it's got to be short. Mm-hmm. It's because you don't want to pour your heart out because then you come across as weird. Right?
I start trauma dumping on him about my car.
Nick, my car was stolen and I just need to tell you about it. Let's pretend, Jax, that you're not hitting on Nick Jonas, right?
No.
But let's pretend you're trying to get Nick Jonas's attention. You're sliding into his DMs. What do you say?
I've already decided what I think I'm going to say.
Okay, give it to us. Give it to us.
It's going to go like this. Something along the lines of, hello, my sweet prince. Do you want to do an East Coast call with me next time you're in town?
I love it.
And then
That's
a little
amazing.
boy with the crown emoji. You know the one I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
How does that work for you?
I think that's a great DM.
Yeah. Smooth, short, saucy, silly.
I also like that you didn't come at him with like some sort of schmaltzy compliment or something like that. Because they've got the Jonas Brothers Christmas special, which Stephanie was raving about on Disney Plus. And I feel like if you've been like, hey, I watched your special, even if you hadn't, it's still like a little much.
Oh, I want to call him Hello, Sweet Prince, because he is a sweet prince.
He is.
And if
nice
he doesn't
guy.
know it, he should know it now. And I think that's enough because I mean that. And he should receive that. But I think let's get down to business, Nick.
Okay.
How tall is Nick?
He's probably 5'7".
Okay. I imagine us being the same height. And so it's just two kind of shorter people like being together and like working together. And I feel like he's down. Like he's silly. Yeah. I feel like he's a fun time.
I remember him. I interviewed him when Jealous came out.
Oh my God. I love that song.
Yeah. He was like very down to earth and very cool about it. Like I think it was a big step for those guys to kind of go their separate ways and try to find some success. You know what I mean?
I think he's hot and he's chilling. Like the vibe that I get, especially from him, is that he's like, he's jokes. Like he's dry humor kind of jokes, doesn't take himself too seriously. And I think that could I see him in this little room of ours?
I could
see him here.
Yeah.
I could see him here. Yeah. I think he'd be down to be silly.
We had actually, when we were working on the radio, we gave away tickets to a Jonas Brothers concert. And we got to go and it was like in a box seat. And I don't think I've heard a louder scream than when those guys hit the stage like that. And it was a great show. Like they were awesome.
You know what's funny? You gave those tickets to me.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I won like all the tickets.
Adam, Stef used to be a prize pig.
You used to win.
Sorry. Steph, come on. Okay. Just
the look Steph just shot you.
God. In a loving way, because now I know that this, now I know you.
In a loving way.
But
okay.
Just to give a little context, sometimes there were very, very, very pushy prize winners that the radio host in the background had a nickname for.
And I was not pushy. And I didn't win every contest.
You were just effective, I think. I don't remember you being pushy.
I just won Jonas Brothers.
Not pushy.
Yeah, some people are pushy.
But you were successful often.
Well, why pay for it?
No, absolutely.
Listen, I didn't even do anything crazy. I just put my name in online. I really didn't do
defensive.
much.
Can I tell? Are you saying defensive? Can I tell you something? So I remember when Facebook was first starting and Facebook was actually useful, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not useful anymore. Nobody likes it.
Okay.
No, it's just not.
It's true.
Like, do you know anybody who's like legitimately like, man, I got something done on Facebook unless it's Marketplace? No.
No.
You know, like, oh man, did you see that Facebook post? No one says that. So I was working as like an evening guy at KISS here in Toronto, which is a radio station. And would communicate with listeners on Facebook. Like they would add me, and then this is before even fan pages existed. I just had you had a 5,000 friend limit. Like I remember that. And this woman kept messaging, and I forget what it was. It was probably like, at the time, like Black Eyed Peas tickets or something like that. They were like huge, and I Got a Feeling had just come out. That's how old I am. And I remember getting a request from somebody with the same last name, but it was a man. And he threatened me on Facebook because he thought that I was like slipping tickets to his wife because I wanted to sleep with her.
Oh,
and
God,
like
man.
this is how crazy some prize winners can be. And I was like, I literally was like, I'm like, dude, she's asking me how to win a contest. Yeah. And I kept telling this woman, listen, it's caller 9.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah, I can't make you caller 9. We don't have call display. Like it's
we don't
caller
have
9.
anything. Yeah.
No. And she was like, she would just keep peppering me. And then, so I guess he saw these messages to a strange man and got really jealous. And I got it was like a, you'll be afraid to leave your house, kind of one of those messages. And I was like, wow. So I blocked them, and I blocked her too. And she actually messaged me. She's like, oh, my husband, blah blah blah, and you don't, ignore him. He's not. I'm like, whatever. Like, I get the hell away from me.
That home doesn't sound very homey.
It sounds like the marriage might have had some trouble. Yeah.
I have to say though, like I think people, without saying too much, it's not as hard as you think to win tickets, Just keep calling.
That's the thing. Everyone's like, I never win. I'm like, well, do you enter? They're like, no. I'm like, so enter.
And that's why it's nice to see people who like are actual fans doing it, because you'll get fans that'll just put themselves in for anything.
Yeah.
But it's not as hard as people think, especially call-in or online. There's not that many entries as many entries.
And
Steph
getting the tickets was great because like somebody like you like them. But what always killed us is it would be like, okay, we're going to call Martha, who was born in the 50s, and Martha just likes to win contests,
and she wasn't excited.
And they'd be like, who am I going to see? Like they would literally say that to you and be like, oh, great. Okay,
and a lot of times they wouldn't even go to the show, which is a wasted seat. So it's good that super fans get in there.
I want to switch gears. There's been something I've been dying to read to you guys for a couple of weeks. We just haven't gotten to it, and it has to do with weddings.
Okay.
And as we all know, this is my theory on weddings anyway. Weddings are just a big dinner party with too many feelings. That's what a wedding essentially is.
You've always said that. You have, yeah.
And it doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. It can be a beautiful thing. But everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got like, I know my mom is still, I think my mom's still miffed at Natalie and I a little bit for not inviting her to our wedding. We didn't invite anybody, just Lauren and Dara, who are my brother and sister.
Because you needed witnesses too.
We needed witnesses, and that is all we did. And then we had a party at our house and then we surprised everybody, said, hey, we're married. We did tell our parents beforehand. The reason we did that is that we knew that our families, first off, everybody's already had kids. This is my second marriage. It was Natalie's first, but she's like 35 at the time. Mm-hmm. It's not like princess time, right? Like when you're getting married at that age, it's a little bit different, right? And the second thing was we didn't want anybody to have an opinion on how we got married. We just kind of wanted to do it.
So smart.
Yeah, we're just like, I remember talking to her about it, and we're like, we're just not interested in what anyone else thinks about anything, about what song we walk down the aisle to, about is there a father-daughter dance or whatever else they do, like not interested, not doing it. Mm-hmm. So this one is sort of an example of a wedding. And I particularly like this one because I think everybody in this room struggles a little bit with people pleasing. We all, especially Jax, but we all struggle with it a little bit.
I'm a bad boy.
Yeah. And so it's, am I the jerk for refusing to bake my sister's wedding cake? Okay. But there's more to the story. So I, 30-year-old female, own a small bakery.
Okay.
Which is not an easy job, by the way.
No.
My sister, 27-year-old female, is getting married next month and asked me to make her wedding cake. I was happy to, until she said she couldn't pay for it. So I offered her a discounted rate, just enough to cover the materials and labor for my assistant. And she flipped out and said, "Your family. Family helps family." The cake she wants would take a full 3 days of work to make, covering $500 in ingredients alone. I told her I can't just eat that cost at the business. And she said I'm greedy and, quote, only care about money. Now my mom says I should do it as the gift and stop being, quote, so business-minded. But I've done this before. I've baked for my friends' events as a favor, and I always end up stressed out and unpaid. Am I the jerk for saying no this time?
It's not the same, but I have my best friend who's a florist do my flowers. Like we just had like a very small party at the house, like a reception thing. And I paid for the flowers. She just set them up. So that'd be like me asking her to do
all the flowers.
To eat the cost. And the flowers are expensive,
yes,
right?
Yes, they are.
So I paid for the flowers. I just didn't pay for the cost. And she considered that her gift. So,
which I think is fair.
That's fair. I feel like I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. And she's the sister, though?
She's the sister. So here's the part for me that makes this tough, because it's a sister. Like she said, I did it for my friends and it didn't work out or whatever. Right? I think in her case, she's your. Should you do it? Probably not. But are you probably going to have to? Yes. Stef, you are the wedding expert on the show.
Yeah, the wedding connoisseur.
Not only do exactly. Yes. You're the sommelier of weddings.
Yes.
You photograph weddings. You deal with brides and grooms all the time.
You're
Italian,
yeah.
so that instantly makes you invited to every wedding from every person you've ever known.
Yeah.
Tell us how you react to this story.
I mean, it's your sister, which is like the closest people possible. I feel like you bake the cake and that's your gift.
Okay.
That's, in my mind, what I would have done.
Yeah.
Right.
And like, it's not like you're working on the day of the wedding.
Yeah.
It's before. So if they're okay with being like, that's the gift. I mean, I guess it depends how much money you're going to give your sister.
There's something deeper happening here. Because like, that's the thing. Is like, that's how simple it is. And the fact that she's like, you wouldn't even consider it, you selfish bitch.
Right.
Like, like that's the sister level. You know what I mean? Like sisters are hard on each other.
I have no siblings, but I have noticed that siblings or sisters specifically are hard.
Sisters, like being like, I can't believe you wouldn't do that, Ashley. Like that immediate reaction of saying that she's like selfish and work-minded, like, she's been mad at her sister before, you know? Like,
yes.
So I feel like be the bigger person, just do the cake, but say like, this is what you get. That's enough. You couldn't pay me enough to be I have a brother, but you couldn't pay me enough to have two sisters. Like that'd be a mess. Your wife has like
she has a sister. And you know, the one thing that they will say about each other, they get along famously.
Great, yeah.
But I think that Lauren would say about Natalie and Natalie would say about Lauren, no one can press my buttons like my sister can.
Like they they cut each other.
Yeah,
like they know each other's darkest secret.
My sister-in-law to this day still steals Natalie's clothes, and she's 3 years younger. So like Natalie would be walking through the hall in high school apparently, and like Lauren would come down the thing. She'd be like, "Is that where my sweater went?" Like she's like wearing her sweater or whatever. Like they are it's crazy. It's a relationship unlike anything I've ever experienced, and I think she's the only woman I've ever dated who has a sister within such a tight age bracket. Like the other person I dated,
proximity-wise,
very, very close. Yeah. So it's my first sort of experience with like a sisterly relationship up close. And it is like, there is a closeness there that can't be replicated. And so when I saw this, I wondered the same thing as you did. I was like, there has to be some sort of simmering resentment here already.
Yeah, this isn't about the cake. This is not about the cake.
Because Natalie's a baker and Natalie would be like, I want to do your cake. I'm doing your cake.
This isn't a cake. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test from the bride being like, are you loyal, Bethany? Are you loyal? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And if she says there's no winning for this baker, this poor baker, just make the cake and get on with the day.
Ooh.
They're ruthless to each other.
They are, yeah.
Sisters, man. Ugh.
Oh yeah. So anyway, yeah. Okay. Let's come to a final conclusion. If you were advising, this is your best friend. This woman is your best friend. She owns the bakery. She works hard. Whatever. Yeah. It's going to cost her $500. At the end of the day, for a business, $500 is
a lot.
It's a lot, but you can manage $500. If you can have a bakery, whatever, you can manage $500. Do you advise your friend to say, okay, take a step back. This is your sister. Just do it. Or do you say, I'm staying out of this, don't ask me the question? Or do you say, no, she should have to pay a little bit, or it should be something?
I would say bake the cake, and not because, she's your sister and she deserves it, but because you're being the bigger person.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Steph, what would you say?
I'd say bake the cake and in the card be like, congratulations. Hope you loved your cake. That's your wedding gift.
I like that.
Okay.
A little bit of advice. See, I would say I'm just
I was like,
sometimes
don't
I'm
go.
path of least resistance. Bake the cake, because if you don't bake the cake, she'll remember for the rest of her life that you didn't bake the cake. Like that will stick with her.
Yeah, it won't be why you didn't bake the cake. It'll be the fact that you didn't bake the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she'll get a little drunk and it'll slip to a friend, and that friend will be like, wow, what kind of a monster are you? And be like, well, and then you have to explain all this shit. No, just bake the damn cake.
Yeah, the cake situation. Just bake the cake and get off.
Yeah.
She's going to be more mad about something else at her wedding.
I have to think she's being a baker probably more than a lot of jobs. Like there's jobs where people ask you for favors, right? Like my family are all like my married into family are all lawyers.
Yeah.
So they get asked for favors all the time for, letters and whatever. And, I think that probably people that are doctors, it's like, hey, listen, I can't see my doctor. Can I just talk to you?
Got this weird growth.
Yeah. Like I know I have a friend that was a police officer, and like people will come up to him and party and be like, okay, what's the best way to this parking ticket? He's like, I don't freaking know.
Can you
Like,
ask him where my car is?
Yeah. I'll ask him. Being a baker, because they're like, if you're making croissants or like cupcakes or whatever, people probably just assume that they can get that for free from you. So I also wondered, like,
it's also really like labor, like
it's
laborious.
very labor intensive. To do it well is hard.
Yeah, and it's like a lot. It's not cheap to bake. It's not easy to bake, and it's not sometimes fun to bake in that like level, like at that level
Industrial
of like volume.
level.
Yeah. Nobody asks us for anything except for concert tickets, and we don't ever have them.
No, if you want to ask somebody for concert tickets, they got to be like a record rep.
Exactly.
Those are the people with the concert
or
tickets.
really high up at a media company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a CEO of a media company. I haven't gotten free tickets.
No, but I mean, the
anything.
kind of old man that like shouldn't get the tickets, they usually have the tickets. You know what I mean? Yeah, that high up.
It's very, very true. Okay, let's get into what we're dying to know, because we've got some questions this week. All right. Now, Bond Move says, what year-round sunny place would you move to if you could?
Oh, Faro, Portugal.
Faro, Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be south of France. Not Monaco, but I'd want to be like
is Monaco its own country, by the way?
Monaco is its own country within the French protectorate.
Okay,
so
okay.
it's a tax-free zone.
Very little.
Has its own royal family and ever, but it's like French connected.
Okay.
But yeah, I would want to be south of France, right on the beach, right on the Mediterranean, I think, somewhere.
Where are you going?
Steph?
My first thought was Madrid, but I guess it's not sunny all year round because it gets kind of chilly.
Yeah.
So then my other thought would be maybe Costa Rica.
Oh, I've never been. I've heard
need
it's
to go.
amazing.
You need to go.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Like I've heard
It's
the
breathtaking.
wildlife is crazy.
It's beautiful. Like everything. I went
What is
to
it, Tamarindo?
I went
Were
to
you there?
Tamarindo.
Yeah, so nice.
I did a surf class.
Yep.
How was that?
It was awesome. Yeah. Costa Rica is such a great place.
I've heard, by the way, that like you can wake up and like a friend of mine went and they woke up to this tapping, and they had rented a house, and it was two toucans at the kitchen window, because the people that clean the house feed the toucans. Yeah. So
tap, let us in.
Can we have some food, please?
Like the animals run that place.
Oh, yeah.
The monkeys are pushy, and you respect them. The monkeys, I stayed at this, like it was an all-inclusive, but it was like in the rainforest. So it was like way in there. And there was like a side of the hotel where each day, like people would come. It was this beautiful place, but they would come with horror stories being like, the monkeys were at it again last night.
Oh.
They would come in and there was like monkey fights going on. They were like throwing plates, and everyone was like, like you can't get involved. But when
you can't get involved.
No, you can't get involved. Like the
it's
monkey.
like a bar fight.
Yeah, no, the monkeys were like, and then everyone was like, and then like at the night they'd be like knock, like coming back in, the monkeys are back. But like you respect the monkeys. And I would too.
I think there are. Is it the Great Wall of China? I think I've read. I don't know if this is a or if this is misnomer or not, but apparently there are certain places in the world where monkeys have figured out tourist areas that because they're smart, right?
Brilliant.
If they take your phone, you will give them food to get it back. And so they've actually, like, people will be taking their phone, and a monkey will kind of go up and grab it, and then won't give it back until you give them something to eat. Isn't that cool?
I like a crafty monkey.
Absolutely.
I don't mind a crafty monkey one bit.
And I've also heard in Costa Rica that like there's the howler monkeys too. They come flowing through the trees and they're really loud.
These are the ones that are fighting. These are the ones that are throwing plates. Yeah, and they're pushy. And also, I recall that their bodies are not exactly what you would expect them to be. They're more like haunchy.
Okay.
So they're kind of intimidating.
Okay.
I wouldn't fight a monkey.
You wouldn't fight? No.
I wouldn't.
I think we'd probably lose that fight.
No.
What are your favorite holiday TV specials and movies?
Oh my God, I'm blanking. Okay, I love Christmas, first of all.
Oh, me too.
But what's the
Me
one
too.
where, and Jack Black's in it for no damn reason. The Switch, Cameron Diaz is in it. Is that who it is? No, oh my God.
Oh, the holiday.
The holiday.
Where
yes!
they switch.
Oh my God, I love it.
Where they switch
I love that
lives.
one. I love that one.
It's
Yeah.
very warm. It's a nice one.
Yeah, I love Christmas anything. What about you? Oh, and the Boney M entire Christmas soundtrack will be bumping.
Love that.
My favorite album ever.
I think obviously like it's kind of cool as Everly has been growing up that you get to sort of revisit a lot of Christmas through your kids' eyes.
Yeah.
And so having like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like the claymation one back on again. And she's got there's so many Christmas specials on Netflix and stuff now. And it's crazy. Remember we used to have to wait until like Sunday night for Wonderful World of Disney or whatever to come on.
Yeah.
And then, but like now they can just watch whenever they want. I think, I love that one. I'm kind of drawing a blank, but I love, you know what I actually really love that's embarrassing? I love a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Yeah, you do. And what else, Adam?
I love them. Okay.
Put out your manifested, honey.
I'm going to manifest this. It has been my dream for years to be like a bit part player. I mean, listen, I'd love a leading role.
Okay,
But I'm not, you have to be really good looking to do that.
Adam, don't play it down.
I would love to be in one of those movies and play like a prominent role. Maybe I could be like the fun brother or something like that.
I think you could be the hunk.
No, I can't be the hunk. You have to be in shape. I'm not in shape.
No, it doesn't matter, Adam. You could be a woodsman. Oh, the woods, like the woman
But
has
the
returned
woodsmen
from
are always in shape.
No,
They're
the woods.
chopping wood.
She has returned from her big city job. She didn't expect to see Adam, the high school man that she went to high school with.
with his cool mustache from November.
It's still chopping wood. And does she want to move into the log cabin or return to her Park Avenue palace? You catch it this month.
Who's to know?
On the W Network.
It's basically that Reese Witherspoon movie, Sweet Home Alabama, just over and over and over again in
Adam,
different scenarios.
you would get it.
Apparently they shoot them all in Vancouver too.
Yeah.
Because they're all in the mountains.
They
So
shoot some here too.
do they shoot them in Toronto?
Yeah.
Do we have like
I would love to do that.
If there's a W Network executive or Hallmark executive,
Why would
listening,
they have me on? Honestly.
Adam, you know what? Why would someone steal my car? You know
You're
what?
right. The world's random.
The world is random. We don't have answers to anything, you know?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I think that's so. Steph, what about you?
I have 3 Christmas movies that I watch every single year.
Okay.
It's Elf,
Oh,
So good.
Great call.
The Santa Claus,
Yeah.
Great
the
call.
first one, and The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Oh, the Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus is great. It's too bad the follow-ups were so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first one's so good because you think it could be real.
Yeah.
Like it feels real.
I remember watching it as a kid, and I was just like, it was my favorite movie, and
Oh.
I watch it every year. I'm like, this is awesome. This
Who's-
is what I think. Like Santa Claus, like this could actually happen.
Who is that elf? You know the one I'm talking
Bernard.
Bernard.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You.
Are you saying Bernard could get it?
He was,
Is that what you're saying?
Did
I
you-
liked the kid because he was like my age.
He was your age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like
Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie.
I felt kind of a little bit of something, a little bit of pizzazz for that
For
elf.
Bernard?
Yeah, he was kind of cute.
Yeah.
Am I thinking of the right
Yeah,
one?
I
He
think
was
you
kind of
are.
the hot older one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, I'll come be your little toy.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, I don't know.
I think
don't know.
I think my favorite part of that movie is every time Tim Allen chirps the stepdad for his sweaters.
Yes.
It's
That
so
stepdad
good.
is a loser. Yeah. Like, he's a loser. Sorry, I had to say it.
Yeah. No. Oh, what a great movie. That's a great questions this week.
I'm
Love.
going to watch. I think I'm going to watch. You know what? I'm going to set up my fake tree, I think, tonight, guys.
Yes, you
Are
should.
ya?
I think I need a little holiday hope. Yeah.
Well, I obviously, at my other job, with Everly, there's sometimes you gotta like figure out what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know what
Yeah.
you're gonna do with the kids. So we went to the dollar store, bought a bunch of stockings. I had my fake Christmas tree from my first marriage,
Yeah.
which is pre-lit, which is great.
Did you? Okay. Yeah.
And we decorated the whole front office on one Saturday afternoon, just Everly and I. And it was
That's
very
really
cool.
nice.
It was really, really cool. And she was putting stickers on the window, and there was a little tree that we bought. So she needed to put the decorations on that. And we got I was given a Toronto Maple Leafs nutcracker, and then I bought another hockey nutcracker from Canadian Tire.
Yeah.
And so we had those, and it's like a full tree. And I was teaching her, okay, when we put ornaments on the tree, it can't just be at eye level.
Yeah.
We got to look up and down. And when we walk into the room, because she was like putting decorations around the back, I said, Ev, when you walk around the back, no one's going to see that.
Yeah.
So I said, come over here. And I went to the front door and I said, what do you see? And she's like, well, I see that part of the tree and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, those are the parts of the tree you need to cover. Everything else is fine. And so I'm teaching her Marilyn Dennis design tips that I learned.
Christmas cop.
I know.
Yeah,
well, it's important.
We're actually working on very specific sight lines here. Yeah. What are you gonna bring in Tommy
I
too?
think that's valuable information
Yeah.
from your father. I can't teach her to hang a picture. I still can't do that, but I can teach her some design stuff.
All right, guys. Let's bring this one in like a set. I like that.
All right,
I respect it.
What are we watching on TV this week? What are we listening to? What's our recommendation? I know it was all Sabrina Carpenter last week.
I haven't stopped to be honest with this, Sabrina Carpenter. I'm going to be listening to whatever hold music the Toronto Police Service have for me. Sorry. Is that no, I think I'm going to be watching. That's haunting me. When you just went into the file. I hate it.
I hate that. I don't
That
know
was
why.
really good.
Why
Yeah,
is
that
that
was
the hold
really
music
good.
for everything? Anyway, sorry.
The Toronto one, they give you if you call 311, they'll
put Toronto music on for you.
Yeah, they're like, do you want to hear like Toronto local jazz? And I'm like, all right, like, let's go.
No way.
It's all like local artists. Yeah.
Except
they
that
won't do anything for you, but they'll play music.
They'll be playing. It'll be like at a low volume, and then it'll be like, and they scream in your ear, and you're like, oh my God.
It's like, actually, I need to take back saying that they won't do anything because last week I came across a skunk that was dead, and then 311 came and collected him.
No, 311's great for that.
Yeah, they came and collected that. I said he's down. I'm going to be
skunk down.
I'm going to be listening to Boney M.
Boney M Christmas. I love it. I love it.
I'm going to farm country area this weekend. I'm going to listen to some Boney M on the way out there.
Oh, that's beautiful. And you know it's supposed to snow this weekend.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sexy.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Romantic. What about you, Steph?
I watched One Shot with Ed Sheeran on Netflix this last weekend, I think it was. He walks through New York and it's one take.
Okay.
One camera.
Oh, I heard about this. Yes.
It's honestly insane. The whole time I was like, how are they doing? They were moving the camera from like a person holding it to a drone to on a car.
It's like Lord's video.
It was nuts. And it's like an hour and a half. So they did 3 takes and that's like one of the takes.
Interesting.
And he's a machine. He just goes into different spots. He like went to a birthday party, starts playing music. He's just walking down the streets of New York with his guitar, just singing. It's insane. He's
what a
machine.
cool concept.
It was awesome.
So you liked it, huh?
I really liked it. Yeah.
Okay.
I have little bandwidth for Ed Sheeran at this point, but I will say from like a videography or like cinematography, like aspect.
It was very interesting to watch.
It's like that film that came out from the UK, or that show that came out from the UK was all done in one shot that won a bunch of awards. What was it called?
Yes.
It was about a kid killing someone by accident last spring.
That was this summer. What was that?
It shook everybody. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that very well.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, I need to watch it.
Yeah, and you know what? Listen.
Adolescence.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes.
Apparently, that's a great show.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I kind of I will admit, I'll be the first one to admit, because we were in Top 40 radio for so long, all of Ed Sheeran's music is burnt out for me.
That's what it is for me too. I like him as a person.
I think he would be one of the coolest people to sit down and just, you know, have a beer or have a coffee with or whatever you're having. Like
he's chill. I think he'd be fun.
Oh yeah. It's nothing personal with his music. It's just I had to hear it every 75 minutes for 15 years.
I'd have. I was going to say I'd relapse. I'd have like a coffee.
I've heard he's amazing live too.
Yeah, he is.
He's incredible.
I've seen him a couple times live, but it was the volume in which we played him on our pop stations.
It's a funny thing being a radio DJ because you're at what, you know, in some cases you're like, oh my God, like I filled in on Chum FM in Toronto here on Friday morning last week. And I was just running the board or whatever. And the Fate of Ophelia came on. And I got to tell you, like, it finally landed for me how great that song is.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I owe Stefan a huge apology. Although I didn't say anything. I didn't talk any shit about that album.
Do you like it?
I was in an Uber this weekend and it came on. And
it's phenomenal.
I said to my friend Sarah, I owe Stephanie an apology because this song is a bop.
It's
right?
amazing. It's amazing.
Guys, and then she started doing, I didn't know there's choreographed dance moves.
Yeah. Oh my God, you should learn it.
No.
You should.
Sorry, side note. You know what she said about the Fate of Ophelia was when she came up with like the tune of the chorus is this, she had the same feeling of when she made You Belong With Me.
Really?
And I thought that was very interesting.
I was going to say, me personally, outside looking in, and again, I've played a lot of Taylor Swift music, but like to try to compete with her fans in terms of power ranking her songs. Like I think I've always thought Style was the best song she's ever written. I just think it's a phenomenal piece of music, but that's got to be top 3 for me. I just think that song is amazing.
The way it builds, it reminds me of Harry Styles. Give me a couple of
Watermelon
tracks.
Sugar, Sign of the Times.
It has like it has the same build of that, like it's getting like darker but poppier as it goes on. Like it's just so catchy, and I'm like you can feel it building. It reminded me of Style. I like that.
The pre-chorus is as catchy as the chorus. It's crazy. So anyway, Steph, you were right again.
Thank you.
You were right again.
You.
Yeah,
so you know what? That's my recommendation. Go listen to The Fate of Ophelia 1,000,000 times. You should.
A bop. Okay, so Stephanie, I love you.
All right, guys, we will see you next week.
Buy my car.